Oh dear God, hold on. Alright. Hello? Hold on. Hello, hello, hello. Finally got the microphone to work. So that's fun. All right. So today we are streaming. Hold on. All right. So people are hearing me. It sounds good. Let's get in. Oh dear God, wrong window. Sorry if there's a lot of fiddling with Windows. I don't have a dual monitor set up, so this is about as good as it's gonna get. All right. So a little explanation of what this is, because I mentioned this in a YouTube. I'm just gonna stop the playlist for a moment. No, that's so. This is Minecraft Better Than Adventure. So what is Minecraft Better Than Adventure? It's a mod pack based, well, not a mod pack, it's just a straight up mod that's basically a fork of Minecraft Beta 1.7.2. It's basically like, what if instead of making the adventure update, Notch just kept updating Minecraft like he usually did during the alpha and beta stages of development. So this is more of like, so there's actually a genre of mods that are out there that are basically alt history mods. There's two of them that I have that are both for Minecraft Alpha, but this is the one for Minecraft Beta. So let's get into it. So creating the world, very, very usual stuff, except we can decide the world type. So here we have extended default, which involves larger biomes, taller worlds. This is more like normal Minecraft. So this is actually similar to in Minecraft Alpha when Notch added winter stuff to Minecraft, where instead of having it be in certain biomes, just the entire world was snowing. And then we have floating islands, amplified. Anyway, we have some world types based off older versions of Minecraft, such as Classic, InDev, and a version similar to Minecraft Alpha, which also includes its own retro alpha textures. We have Skyblock as a thing. So we're gonna go with extended default because I kind of want to show off the just the full potential of Minecraft BTA. Just to get the full experience. So. We'll just name this real quick. There we go. So let's hope it actually gives me like a good forest biome, because I do love me some oak planks. Alright. I always gotta change this. So for people not in the know, the inventory key used to be I and not E. I think it got changed to E because it's a bit more easier. But I prefer I because that's what I grew up with. So as you can tell already, there's some differences between this and modern Minecraft. For one, there's no hunger bar, so that means there's no sprinting. Just need to find some good flat land to build. And we even got... Ooh. We even have a guidebook that gives you crafting recipes. It's not as intrusive as it is in modern Minecraft, but it works. Alright, there's some sugarcane in the distance, so that's good. Alright. I think we should explore a little bit more before I start committing to a building location, because frankly this is kind of atrocious for what I want to do. Let's see if there's flatter terrain past these mountains. are some preposterously tall mountains. Ooh, okay. That's a cherry blossom tree. And I know that's also in modern Minecraft, but here it's, you can get cherries from them, which is actually pretty cool. There's also a season system. Yeah, I know, tall hills. Super tall. Alright. Alright, so I should probably commit to a building location sooner rather than later, because I need to haul ass. Punch one more tree and then we can get started on wooden tools. So with this being essentially an improved version of Minecraft Beta, game progression's a bit more is a lot different. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you two played Minecraft all the time? That's good. You can never go wrong with Minecraft, right? Like for me, I've been playing this shit since it was in beta. Hell, the first time that I played Minecraft like by myself was on a pirated version of Minecraft Alpha that my grandmother found. And I remember, like, the first time that I played Minecraft on that pirated Alpha version, you know what I did? I played until, like, I shit you not, like, 1, 2, like, I think until, like, 2 a.m. Like, it was ridiculous. And then I remember, like, when Minecraft 1.0 came out, and me and my brother were at our parents' house, so this was before they got divorced, and we watched the live stream as it happened, and when Notch pulled the lever and released Minecraft 1.0, we, like, went to Minecraft, updated everything, so it went from beta version to the first release version, and it was, like, awesome. I don't blame you, like, playing until 3 a.m. on Minecraft, like, it's very easy to lose time in this game. Very easy. Maybe a bit too easy, if I'm gonna be honest. Alright. Oh, no. Spent too much time fiddling around. Alright. Worst case scenario, I just have to dig a hole. You know what? That doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Just need to get some coal. And then I can just start tunneling into this mountain and create a little hidey hole. And already I can't see anything, so I'm going to go into video, graphics, render scale, smooth lighting, turn on heat haze and bloom, but I know it's probably gamma that we're probably going to need to increase. Is it in general? Because I just need to increase the brightness, because there's a good chance that I am never going to see anything. Smooth lighting, map levels, color lines, gamma. Ah, here we go. Play mobile. Oof. Like, for me, I've always played on PC, because that's what Minecraft originally came out on. But, you know, in recent years, I've been getting more into, like, well, by recent years, I mean the past 8 or so, you know, playing the console versions. And I've played, like, the Bedrock version on Switch and PS4, PS5. I've played, I think, I've played I've played the console versions for PS3, Xbox, and Wii U. And by the way, if you're gonna play any of the old legacy console editions, play the Wii U version, because that's the one that's like the least laggy. Least laggy. I know the old legacy version of the Switch version, but you can't get that anymore. And likewise, you can't get it anymore for Wii U, but there's a physical copy that's out there. And, you know, it's very easy to mod a Wii U, so you can get Minecraft on your Wii U still, even if you don't have a physical copy. So that's good to keep in mind. And my pickaxe broke. Alright. And one thing that's different about this than in modern Minecraft is coal actually generates in a way that makes sense. Because from what I understand, in modern Minecraft, you can still find coal, but on the overworld, there's only very few places where it actually spawns, like, exposed to the elements. And coal tends to spawn more commonly in the steep mountains biome, which sucks, because sometimes that means you have to travel out there just to mine coal. So the game kind of forces you to use charcoal for everything, forces you to use alternative fuels, some of which are actually pretty good, like dried kelp blocks processes more blocks than regular coal, but it also requires it to be processed, so it kind of creates this chicken and egg problem where you need fuel, but you also need fuel to make the fuel, which just isn't right. You know, that boy ain't right. You know, things that really make you go, whoa! That's my best Hank Hill. Don't hate me on that. Alright. I am probably not going to make this my base, but I will make it make it into a mine of some kind. Bad idea. Bad idea. Okay, just gotta wait him out, I guess. I wonder if I can make... No. This? Yes. Maybe I'll use a fence as a window. Alright. Lost some of my health to that, but it's okay. So long we can find some animals in the next morning, like some pigs, we can, we can, we can solve this issue. Yeah, we can solve it. We can make do with what we have. Ugh. Oh yeah, one thing I forget to tell you guys is that there's actually mob variations in this mod. So basically, some mobs have alternative textures for like their head and stuff. So this skeleton, if I can try to make him come over here. Guess not. So he kind of has like an eye patch, which is actually pretty cool. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I turned off the playlist, so one of the reasons why I turned off the music playlist, other than the fact that, you know, it's streaming time, is that, Minecraft music's actually pretty goated. Like, I think my favorite song in this entire game is a song called Nice on Venus. And it's just such a whimsical, like, sort of like, I don't know, whenever I listen to that song, I think of, like, being, like, a dwarf in a mine, or, like, a gnome in a forest doing, like, whimsical, like, Smurf type shit. Yeah, exactly. That's why I love Minecraft music. And it just makes me feel, like, all whimsical and, like, this, like, fantasy Smurf kind of way, you know? Yeah, it's awesome. Fucking hell, creepers. What a bastard. Yeah, I know, damn creeper. So that's gonna make my... So I'm gonna have to figure out an exit strategy here. Okay, so I have some cobblestone. Good amount of wood. I can upgrade to stone tools if I need to. And there's a spider. Yes, I know you're there. You don't have to announce it. Alright. While we're here, might as well make some stone pickaxes. Okay. And we didn't trigger the creeper. Okay, that's good. Alright. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Alright. So that's good. Alright. Found more coal. And just to tell those who are not in the know, this is the first time that I'm making YouTube Minecraft content since I don't know, since like 2015, if I'm gonna be honest. Maybe no, probably before that. 2013, I think. Yeah, I used to have this other Minecraft. I used to have this other YouTube channel, and technically it was my brother's, but he kind of let me take over. So run, 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 run. Okay. Threat averted. Alright. That solves that, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's right, they just dropped wool. Oopsie. Alright. Probably... Alright, some cows spawned in. So, because, certain things don't exist yet, because they appeared in the Minecraft Adventure Update, so there's no mob breeding. Mobs kind of just spawn wherever, whenever, so long there's light. Cows just drop leather. Sheep just drop wool. Chickens just drop feathers, and pigs just drop pork chops, albeit they always just drop pork chops. Zombies, however, have had their drops changed. In modern Minecraft, it's rotten flesh. Before that, it was just feathers. But here they drop cloth, which is used to make beds, and it's used to make flags, which are like my favorite item in this entire mod pack. Oh yeah, cows don't drop steak in this game because steak wasn't added until the adventure update. So I'm going to have to find, like, I'm just going to have to find, pigs. But with that, ooh, cherries, even better. With that said, cows are still useful because this is it. So this is before they kind of nerfed leather, where you always need leather to like make books. Here, you just need leather to make armor. Yeah. But once I make a flag, I'll show you guys how cool it is, because with banners, you can only choose from a preset... oh good, there's a pig. You can only choose from a preset of, like, designs. So it's kind of limited. Flags, however... Alright. So unlike unlike banners, you can make your own design, and you can use up to like 3 different dyes. So you can literally make any design you want instead of like having to like try to figure out what to do with like a bunch of presets. Alright. You can go manage the chickens. Make sure to use the seeds, though, so that way you can have more chickens. Alright, what I might do is build it into the side of this mountain. I don't like the sound of that. Two. Honestly, I can probably make this a bit wider. Ah, shit. Wood. Alright. That there. That there. And we can finish the interior. Alright. We is in business. Just enough. Alright. Alright, so just to fill in for Kids Red Egg, who just popped back into the chat. So I built my base, at least something more permanent. This is going to be replaced with glass, don't worry. And I've managed to make a full suit of leather armor. So in Better Than Adventure, there are no enchantments, but some of the enchantments have been passed on as armor and equipment attributes. So for armor, instead of having them be enchanted, some of them have special things that they can do. Like leather armor specializes in fall damage. Steel armor specializes in blast damage, which negates how much damage you get from explosions. Fall basically protects you from falling damage, but doesn't completely negate it. Diamond protects you from fire damage, which works the same as the fire protection enchantments, except they don't completely negate fire damage. Like, you're still going to get hurt, but just not as much. And chainmail enhances combat damage. Meanwhile, gold and iron just basically aren't specialized in anything. They just evenly spread your stats. So the meta in this game for your armor is to actually mix and match different pieces of armor to sort of min-max these stats. I am in a chronic shortage of wood, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I need first. So 3. Alright, let's find some easy prey. Okay, that was better than expected. Oh, hello, Boniface Abbott. Nice to see you in the stream. Oh, you're from Malaysia. That is honestly really cool. I'm playing Minecraft right now, so you're welcome to watch. Oh, good God, there's a creeper. There's another one. Okay, that was close. But I think we can survive. Just go back and forth, back and forth. All right. Thank you, Boniface Abbott. Kind of want to chop down a tree, but I'm not sure if I'm in... Alright, just need a little bit of wood. Just a little bit. Alright. Just go strafe. Strafing's not working. Alright, we can head back. Alright. That wasn't terrible. Just gonna change, just make this wall look a little bit different. Alright. So far, so good. So this is granite. I know granite is not so special because it appears in normal modern Minecraft, but here you can do some cool things with it. I think you can use it in certain crafting recipes to make I forget what to do with it exactly. Maybe the guidebook? Let's search. You can do some cool stuff with it. Mostly just building stuff, but... can dig out a sort of hallway over here. I guess we can... Okay, it's getting bright out, so we can ditch this stuff, and we can make our way outside, get some more resources, and see where we can progress. Some Minecraft music could come on right about now. Mostly because even though I do occasionally do live streams, I still suck at the whole like keeping people entertained while I try to do some like concentration heavy stuff. So it's either I sit there and babble like an idiot for as long as I can and then inevitably screw up, or start to lock in but then like go silent. So that stuff's kind of hard to balance. But I feel like I do a pretty good job of filling dead air and trying not to like go mute when I lock in. So yeah. I guess we can go with 2 stacks of 64. Just need this to make glass. That's all she wrote on that shovel. And we could always do with some more coal. Because there's always more time to do Industrial Revolution type stuff. That I'm going to need a fair amount of coal if I'm going to process all this sand, so I need all I can get. I need all I can take. I think I might explore this seaside cave over here, but I kind of need a boat first if I'm going to do that. So one thing I actually kind of hate, regardless of what version of Minecraft it is, are these big oak trees. Like, these things are like... Because, for one thing, you can use your tools to break away leaf blocks, but it takes, like, twice the amount... It takes up twice the amount of durability than it would usually take to mine a block with your preferred tool, but here these trees are just suck. And then you think you got every log block, but then instead there's like this bit of floating tree, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot a block, didn't I? And you mine it, and it's all better, but it's like still kind of a pain in the ass to deal with these trees. The only issue is these trees spawn pretty frequently and contain a fair amount of wood. In fact, I haven't even finished this tree up. Guess I'm finished with the tree. Like, I just finished this tree and I managed to get 36 logs out of it. Cool. And then since I don't need this tree to get up, I can chop it down. It gives a little bit of time to get up to this tree. Alright, we got 51 logs, so that's good. Kind of need as much wood as we can get. Get more if we mine this out. There's gotta be a monster cave somewhere. Oh yeah, there's no glass panes in this because glass panes didn't exist yet, so we gotta use glass blocks. Which is fine. I kind of prefer glass blocks anyway, because again, I tend to use what I'm used to, and, you know, I just use whatever I've always used since the early days of Minecraft. That's how old I am in regards to my Minecraft habits. I'm going to pick up all these saplings because I know I'm probably going to need this to maintain a steady supply of wood. So what I might do to expand the base outward is I'm going to flatten all this land out, do a lot of terraforming, and I could probably set up like a little garden area, probably try to eke some saplings out of the cherry blossoms, and I can make a little cherry blossom garden. That's what I did in one of my GTA worlds. Even build a little Torii gate. In fact, I just love building Torii gates in general in Minecraft. Like, I don't know. I just find them aesthetically pleasing to, like, build. Yep. Oh, I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. And so, I forgot the whole song from the Monty Python skit, but there's a Monty Python skit about a lumberjack, and he's like, oh, I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. I swing my ass and do some things. Oh, he's a lumberjack, and he's okay. And he gradually starts singing about wearing women's clothing, and then, like, the singers start gradually getting more and more confused. Like, of course, it's a skit from its time, but, okay, I think this was a bad idea. At the same time, I also need iron. Chainmail zombie. Ooh, iron. Where does this lead? What leads? Oh, so this is probably why I hear zombie noises at my house. Okay. That makes sense. Anyway, we can start pillaging this cave for minerals. I feel like we're progressing very well. At some point, I gotta start making the mine for my base, which is basically just a giant staircase that goes all the way down to the bottom of the world. Hopefully with this iron we can get a bucket going. How much do I have? 19. Okay, that's a good start. There's one up here. So there's mossy stone blocks, which are kind of just more annoying than anything. So you can't really use them anything except for like decorative stuff, and they kind of just fill space in your inventory, which I don't like. Mossy granite. Didn't know there was granite variations. Okay. I'm not going to bother with all the stuff that's on the ceiling. Except for iron, though, because they don't tend to spawn in large amounts on the ceiling. We'll take care of this to make it more navigatable. Alright. More iron. Just what we needed. How much? 42. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. You know what would really suck if they add this to Minecraft is gas. Like, you know, like methane or like whatever. Because in like caves and mines, there's like you would like build up gases. Because this is why they have why they have like, you know, the whole thing, you know, canary in a coal mine. Like that's an actual, like that's not an idiom. That's an actual thing they used to do in mines, where they would bring like a bird and they'll bring it down, and if there's too much gas, the bird would die, and people are like, oh shit, we're gonna do something about it. You know, just to make sure the mines were safe. Another thing that would also suck in Minecraft if they added this is pressure differences. So if you're like working too deep underwater or too deep underground, you know, pressure builds up and you gotta like slowly work your way down, because otherwise you get this thing called the bends, which I forgot what it was exactly. So, but basically, yeah. So I should probably tell like stories or something. So there's this one. So there's this one thing that happened to me recently, and it was like a really weird dream that I had. That dream was. So there's this old TV show called The Whitest Kids You Know. It's basically like a sketch comedy series that was also really funny, but also like in a very like self-aware, you know, kind of philosophical sort of like smart way. Sort of like George Carlin, sort of like a mix of like SNL, George Carlin, and but it's meant for like people, but it's meant for like younger people, right? And I can't fucking concentrate. So I was actually part of the so in the dream I was part of the show Whitest Kids You Know, and we were doing a very elaborate sketch about drink driving, and this cop shows up and starts like, and he was going there to arrest me, not for like DUI stuff, mind you. He was there because of something involving my car's extended warranty. By the way, I don't own a car, and the car mentioned is something called a Gator, which I'm pretty sure is a car from Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, my mom drives me to evade the cops, but we fail. The cops take me and they arrest me for evading the police. So another thing that I should mention about my dreams is that I'm always self-aware in my own dreams, right? Where I'm not like lucid dreaming, but I can think and I can act independently of what the dream wants me to. Like, the dream is still going to take me to all these weird places. It's going to show me all these weird things, and my subconscious is always going to challenge me and my authority and my conscious authority. But, you know, so I'm self-aware that I'm inside a dream, and I'm like, guess what, officer? This is a dream all along. And I try to do this thing where if I'm stuck in a bad dream, I try to black out of my own dream and get outside of my own dream, but it failed, and the cop's like, oh shit, he's gonna try and escape. But I didn't, and so that was kind of it. And then the cop I was with had to answer to a call in a library because some kid, like an actual like child, brought in a really rancid lunch, like So we went over there for the cop, and the cop's interrogating this kid who had like moldy tortilla chips. And I blacked out, and I woke up in my own bed. And the first thing I did was, when I was like going to myself, and I was like, "Ha! Joke's on you, officer. I was dreaming the entire time." And I had this like smug, confident thing going on. And then I checked the time, it was 4 a.m. So I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll start my day anyway. So that was yesterday, so that was pretty cool. And I have more weird stories about my weird dreams. There was one where I met Hitler and Goebbels at my grandparents' house over by where my grandparents' bedroom was, over by like this top of the staircase. It's also the same dream that I met John Madden, who was coaching a team of floating football players in the middle of like this random stadium. And in that dream as well, I saw a guy trying to repair an Atari 7800 using parts from an NES, which was also really kind of funny. And then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that? And, you know, my dreams are just kind of like, oh, no, sorry, bro. I just want to show you weird stuff. So, that was interesting. Again, I just have, like, the weirdest dreams. And I think it's because it's most likely my medication. But it also could be my autism doing weird stuff. So it could be that. But just in general, I just have like the weirdest back dreams, and somehow I am fully like self-aware and conscious throughout all of them. So like I know I'm in a dream, and I can like think, I can have my own thoughts. Sometimes like I can even remember my own thoughts from my own dreams. And for whatever reason, I'm in a constant struggle against my subconscious. Like, it shows me stuff that, like, traumatizes me, and I'm, like, constantly trying to fight it. Sometimes I have a really good dream, and my dream's like, no, we're done. We're gonna go somewhere else. I want to show you something else. And I'm like, God damn it. So I try to, like, force myself to lucid dream, and my dream keeps trying to correct itself every time I try to, like, force myself to lucid dream. So it's like, you know, it's like an actual, like, struggle. Like, an actual fight. Of course, it's not a violent fight. It's just, you know, me confronting myself, trying to gain authority over my subconscious, which is, I don't know, really weird. Probably stock up on tools. Yeah. Dreams are just really weird. Like, sometimes they're, like, cool, and then, like, you forget about them and never think about them ever again. But sometimes you just get that one dream that, like, screws you up for, like, an entire week. And... or you have, like, this one dream that's just so crazy that you're like, did that, like, actually happen? That and I just have a habit of, like, waking up and, like, immediately doing stuff. Like, whenever I have dreams about the staff at Devereaux, like, with Devereaux, which is, like, this advanced behavioral health care place that's not advanced, nor is it behavioral health care. It's just a concentration camp for special needs people. You know, minus, you know, putting tattoos on people's arms and the striped pajamas thing. But whenever I have a dream about them, and about the people that work there, like the really crappy people, and I, like, punch them, I would wake up mid-punch, and I would wake up with my body, like, completely in the air, like, not in the air, but, like, standing up, and I would feel myself throw a punch, and it would be like directly into my pillow. I have done at some. There are times where I've woken up and thrown like mid haymaker, and then there's this one time where I told a joke about Bill Cosby that was so funny that I woke myself up laughing, and I was like, hey, "That's a really good joke." Of course, I don't remember the joke exactly, but I do remember the joke being incredibly funny, and I just remember just fucking laughing, like, you know, being, waking up. And there was another dream that also happened recently where I was having this dream about Christmas, and like for Christmas I got a Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn, which by the way is like a holy grail of the Sega Saturn because copies of those games go for like the price of a used car. Like I think last time I checked, like $1,500. And I had a dream where one of the staff at my group home dressed up as Santa Claus and gave me a copy of that game. And there was also like snow and shit. And I woke up. And I woke up in like the most Christmassy mood ever. And mind you, this is like the middle of like August. Like this was easily early August. And I just woke up, feeling like wanting to listen to Christmas music, wanting to watch like the really like schlocky kind of animated Christmas specials. Like I legitimately woke up and like feeling like I want to celebrate Christmas like right then and there. It's like weird. I wonder if you can. Oh, you can. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Probably process my pork chops. So then with the iron, we can do this. What I can actually do now is take this. And make a bed. Oh yeah, I need more shovels. So I will. So I'll make some more tools. And I still hear zombie noises, and I don't know why. Should probably figure that out at some point. For the meantime, I'm just gonna ooh, wolf. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. And he had a pork chop in his mouth. Cool. Come on, buddy. Okay, the sun's going down. Gonna bring my new friend into the house. Come on, buddy. How much score do I have? Huh. Guess I'm really speedrunning this game, huh? Alright, we're just gonna do a lot of mining, I guess. Well, that solves that. Oh yeah, it's this cave. Probably seal it up a little bit. Still night. I think I packed the extra pickaxe. Alright, that solves that. We just can keep progressing downward. So, one thing to that I should say about Minecraft Better Than Adventure is that there's actually special items that tell you what day it is, what season it is, and where your coordinates are. And basically, so the clock tells you, so there's like a new item to go along with the clock and compass items. Like the compass now gives like a UI element telling you your coordinates. The clock now gives a UI element telling you the time as well as what day it is. And now there's a seasonal calendar item made with wood and a piece of redstone, and that tells you what season it is. So I find that to be super cool. I also apologize if this is not the most engaging stuff ever, but, you know, this is what Minecraft largely consists of. Mining and digging. wonder if I'm gonna hit like actual stone again. Of course it breaks. And it's daytime. And it's already midday, so I kind of wasted a lot of time in the mine, but it is what it is. Ooh, there's another wolf. More friends. Come on, buddy. Come on, you can make it. The other guy got it. pew. Let's collect more dirt for terraforming. Alright, it's almost 12. So what I'll do is I'll go on a break for lunch. I'll put the music playlist back up again, and you guys will chill. I'll also throw up the new GIFs, the new Fumo GIFs onto the break screen, so that way you guys can have something to look at, you know, something to stimulate while I go eat lunch. Well, I'm not going to go eat lunch until like around 12:30, so I can play a little bit more. One thing that I do hate is in the adventure update, they added a sound effect for when your tools break, but because this was obviously before that, it doesn't have that. So when a tool breaks, it just stops existing, which fucking sucks. Because I would like that little piece of feedback to let me know that my tool is indeed broken, and I need to do something about it. Alright. Let's convert more of this to dirt. Let's fill in this hole. Alright. And these are floating because I forgot. I'll also chop down this tree. So I'm going to show you guys another cool thing that Better Than Adventure adds. Let's go into here. Mesh block. Here we have the trommel. And I'm going to show you exactly what it does in just a moment. So what the trommel is that this is a block that helps you process all the really less useful blocks that you get, like dirt, excess sand, gravel, just the blocks that you don't really need. And what it does is if you put them in, it processes them and it turns them into new items. So you can recycle all your really crappy trash blocks and turn them into items, which is honestly really cool. I'm so happy you can use granite for cobbled granite as normal, as a normal stone block, because otherwise I'd be shit out of luck for stone. So I'm gonna start processing these blocks, turn them into more useful building blocks. And once again, we head deep down into the mines. By my estimations, I can go to another 7 blocks before I need to top up on my staircases, so that's good. Sorry if this is not super engaging, but, this is the busy work of Minecraft. You dig down, you dig through a lot of blocks, you process a lot of stuff, and ultimately you just get the resources that you need. Right now I need more iron, and right now I need to get a mine shaft going, so that way once I get down to a certain level I can start mining for diamonds. And because of steel ingots in the game, which you can get through nether coal, which is required not only as a fuel, but is also an item to help craft something called a blast furnace. And steel is basically so instead of having netherite, which is just a really OP tier, steel is more of an alternative to diamonds, because the diamond tool set in this game work a lot like having tools with the efficiency enchantment, so they mine faster than any other set of tools. But the steel tools trade speed for durability, sort of like the Unbreaking enchantment. And so steel is more of a side tier than it is its own thing, which makes it a lot more balanced than netherite, because netherite, once you get a hold of it, there's nothing stopping you, man. Nothing is ever gonna bother you ever again. But steel, steel is more manageable. Plus, you can actually get it in somewhat decent quantities, unlike netherite, which requires a lot of grinding or mechanic abuse or X-raying. But here, you don't need to do any of that. All you gotta do is just get some nether coal, make a blast furnace, put the rest of your nether coal in, and watch it turn your iron into scraps, craft the scraps, and you get your ingots. Very straightforward. This is beginning to piss me off. Why haven't I hit stone yet? I know I'm like in the middle of like this huge granite mountain, but like, good God, I didn't expect to go so deep. My fingernail hurt. Okay, so we just have enough stairs. I saw that there was iron there, but I'm gonna come back for that. I don't see a whole lot in Minecraft, or at least in the Minecraft community, is they'll do like parody songs, but there's like one song in particular that shouldn't be parodied so much as covered more often by the Minecraft community, and it's a song called 16 Tons. And it's basically a song about coal mining, and if you're into like old like folksy kind of songs, I highly recommend listening to it. But I feel like it's a song that's like that reminds me so much of the Minecraft experience that I feel like more people in the Minecraft community should like cover that song more often. Speaking of songs, is anybody else annoyed with the whole like Deltarune, driving in my car right after a beer, DUI, how about you die? That song with like Asgore running over, I think, Noelle. I am fucking sick of that meme. The song is so annoying because you know how you how like people try to be like Brentalfloss and try to put lyrics to video game music, and it ends up becoming like the most schlockiest stuff ever, like the most like gormless kind of crap content. It's not more to the point where it transcends cringe and becomes something new in of itself that just makes it like unlistenable to. That's the kind of thing that whole like Asgore like Burr trucking like parody song is. It is just so fucking bullshit. And I see that meme all the time on my YouTube shorts. Sometimes I see it in my Instagram reels when it's not showing me like angry political stuff. And it is just fucking annoying. Man, like, I am sick of the Asgore meme. Wish the Deltarune community could just let a joke die. You know, but it is what it is, and cringe is gonna be cringe. Like, at the same time, though, we shouldn't be completely against stuff that is cringe, because we've all done cringe shit when we were kids, right? So we should be allowed to make cringe content until we become mature enough to, like, make content that is, like, actually decent and that people want to watch. Of course, I'm the exception to that rule, because not so much that I don't always produce cringe, but more so because my content can be considered cringe. Like, if Leafy was still around, I feel like I'd be the sort of channel he'd target, right? And I would not blame him. Of course, getting targeted by Leafy is just so fucking awful. Thank God he's no longer a part of the YouTube community, which is just so great. I think that's the only time where I've actually supported a channel termination sort of thing that YouTube did. Just, yeah. Fuck him. Surprised I haven't hit Basalt yet. I feel like I should, but for some reason... Well, yeah, because I'm playing on extended default, so the worlds are bigger, the worlds are deeper, you know. I understand why I haven't hit that yet, but hit that block layer yet, but man, oh man. Oh, thank Christ, stone. I don't want to build a retaining wall here. Alright. Up in my bed because I don't feel like futzing around mining again. Just gonna chop down my trees. Get some more wood. More wood. how do I go about doing this? Feel confident about that, so just gonna go to bed. Yep, I'm gonna build a bedroom. I'm gonna finish building this up, and then I'm gonna go on break. We can continue streaming. yeah, I do have glass in my inventory. Right. Probably convert this area into like a port. So I'm going to build a dock here, and yeah. Um, all right, so I'm gonna break for lunch, and I'll be right back. So if we go to the break scene, yeah. So I'm back. My lunch is still cooking, though. I just wanted to hop on and just say a few things. I might continue to stream for another hour or so, but then after that, I'm just gonna be done because I kind of want to do other things now. But yeah, I'll continue streaming. So yeah. Just figured I'd let you guys know. We're back. Sorry that took so long, guys, but yeah, sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to move my bed upstairs. I kind of want to go do some sheep shearing. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm probably going to play for another 30 minutes, and then I'm just going to call it quits because I kind of want to do other things. Mostly because I promised myself that I'd play a little bit of Sega Saturn later on, so yeah. That was a miscalculation. This song makes me feel feelings. On one hand, I kind of don't like that, but on the other hand, I very much do like it. It's raining. Cool. You know what? I feel like this is a good spot to stop. All right, I think that does it for today. Thank you for those who watched. Thank you for those who stuck to the bitter end. And I will catch you guys next time. So, basically, the only thing left to discuss is if I'm going to do this kind of stream again. Probably not. I mean, probably soon. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of not a super dynamic streamer, so that's really the only issue why I don't do live streams so often. I kind of want my next live stream to be trains related because I kind of want to get back into building the Makai Village and Genbu Ravine Valley, Genbu Light Railway. So I kind of want to go ahead and do that and